It's incredibly tough when a hobby you care about brings more frustration than joy, especially when it impacts your mental well-being. It sounds like you're in a difficult place, and it's important to acknowledge that. This isn't just about pigeons, it's about your overall well-being. Let's break this down and create a path forward, addressing both your pigeon-related struggles and your mental health. Okay, I understand you're going through a really tough time with your pigeons and your mental health. It sounds incredibly frustrating and disheartening to put in the effort and not see the results you hope for. It's completely understandable that you're feeling worried, depressed, guilty, and worthless. Let's break this down and work through some actionable steps to improve both your pigeon racing and your mental well-being. This will be a comprehensive guide, aiming for long-term solutions. Part 1. Addressing your mental health. First and foremost, your mental health is paramount. You can't effectively care for your pigeons or anything else when you're struggling. Let's address the negative feelings you're experiencing. 1. Acknowledge and validate your feelings. It's okay to feel this way. The first step is to acknowledge that your feelings are valid. It's normal to feel disappointed, frustrated, and even depressed when you invest time, effort, and passion into something that isn't going well. Don't beat yourself up for feeling negative emotions. They are a natural response to your circumstances. Name your emotions. Specifically identify what you're feeling. Worry, depression, guilt, worthlessness. Writing them down can help you to separate yourself from them and see them as distinct entities rather than overwhelming forces. 2. Seek professional help. This is crucial. I cannot stress this enough. While I can offer advice and support, I am not a substitute for a qualified mental health professional. A therapist or counselor can provide you with the tools and strategies you need to manage your depression, anxiety, and other mental health challenges. Finding help. Talk to your doctor. Your primary care physician can be a good starting point. They can assess your overall health and refer you to a mental health specialist. Look for therapists/counselors. Search online directories, like Psychology Today, Good Therapy, or your local mental health association, to find therapists in your area. Read their profiles and look for someone who specializes in areas like depression, anxiety, stress management, or even sports psychology, which can be helpful in dealing with performance-related stress. Consider online therapy. Online therapy platforms, like Talkspace, BetterHelp, or Amwell, offer convenient and affordable access to licensed therapists. Check your insurance. Contact your insurance provider to see what mental health services are covered. Don't be afraid to try different therapists. It's important to find a therapist you feel comfortable with and trust. If you don't click with the first one you see, don't hesitate to try someone else. Medication. In some cases, medication may be necessary to manage depression or anxiety. A psychiatrist can evaluate your situation and determine if medication is appropriate. Never start or stop taking medication without consulting a doctor. Be open and honest. When you talk to a therapist, be open and honest about your feelings, your experiences, and your concerns. They are there to help you, and they can only do so effectively if you are willing to be vulnerable. 3. Practice self-care. Prioritize your well-being. Self-care is not selfish, it's essential. When you take care of yourself, you are better equipped to handle stress, cope with challenges, and care for others, including your pigeons. Specific self-care activities. Healthy diet. Eat nutritious foods that nourish your body and mind. Avoid processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive amounts of caffeine and alcohol, which can worsen your mood. Regular exercise. Exercise is a powerful mood booster. Even a short walk or bike ride can make a difference. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. Sufficient sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Establish a regular sleep schedule and create a relaxing bedtime routine. Mindfulness and meditation. Practice mindfulness techniques, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, to calm your mind and reduce stress. There are many free apps and online resources that can guide you. Spending time in nature. Spending time outdoors can have a profound impact on your mood and well-being. Go for a walk in the park, sit by a lake, or simply spend some time in your garden. Engage in hobbies you enjoy. Make time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's reading, listening to music, painting, gardening, or spending time with loved ones. Connect with others. Social connection is vital for mental health. Spend time with friends and family, join a club or organization, or volunteer your time. Set boundaries. Learn to say no to commitments that you don't have the time or energy for. Protect your time and energy by setting healthy boundaries with others. 4. Challenge negative thoughts. Identify negative thought patterns. Depression and anxiety often involve negative thought patterns that can distort your perception of reality. Pay attention to the thoughts that run through your head, especially when you're feeling down. Common negative thought patterns. All or nothing thinking. seeing things in black and white, with no shades of gray. For example, if my pigeons don't win, then I'm a complete failure. Overgeneralization. Drawing broad conclusions based on a single event. For example, my pigeons had a bad race, so I'll never be a successful racer. Mental filter. Focusing only on the negative aspects of a situation and ignoring the positive ones. For example, my pigeons came in last, even though most of them made it home. Disqualifying the positive, dismissing positive experiences as insignificant. For example, my pigeon won a small race, but it was just luck. Jumping to conclusions, making negative assumptions without evidence. For example, my neighbors think I'm a terrible pigeon racer. Magnification/minimization, exaggerating the importance of negative events and minimizing the importance of positive ones. Emotional reasoning, believing that your feelings reflect reality. For example, I feel like a failure, therefore I am a failure. Should statements, holding yourself to unrealistic standards. For example, I should be able to breed champion pigeons. Labeling, assigning negative labels to yourself or others. For example, I'm a loser. Personalization, blaming yourself for events that are beyond your control. For example, it rained on race day, and it's all my fault. Challenge negative thoughts. Once you've identified your negative thought patterns, challenge them. Ask yourself, is there any evidence to support this thought? Is there another way to look at the situation? What would I tell a friend who is having this thought? Is this thought helpful or harmful? Am I making any assumptions? Am I exaggerating or minimizing anything? Replace negative thoughts with positive or realistic ones. Instead of I'm a complete failure, try I'm still learning, and I can improve. Instead of I'll never be a successful racer, try I'm going to focus on improving my breeding and training techniques. 5. Set realistic goals. Avoid overwhelm. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to disappointment and frustration. Break down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Don't get discouraged by setbacks. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's important to learn from them and keep moving forward. Example, instead of I want to win every race, try I want to improve my pigeons' homing time by 5% this season. 6. Practice gratitude. Focus on the positive. Even when things are tough, there are always things to be grateful for. Take time each day to reflect on the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small they may seem. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This can help you to shift your focus from the negative to the positive. Express gratitude to others. Tell people you appreciate them. Expressing gratitude can boost your own mood as well as the mood of others. 7. Connect with a support system. Don't isolate yourself. Isolation can worsen depression and anxiety. Make an effort to connect with friends, family, or support groups. Share your feelings. Talk to someone you trust about what you're going through. It can be a relief to share your burdens with someone who cares. Join a pigeon racing club or online forum. Connecting with other pigeon racers can provide you with support, advice, and a sense of community. You can learn from their experiences and share your own challenges. 8. Remember that recovery takes time. Be patient with yourself. It takes time and effort to overcome mental health challenges. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Keep practicing the strategies you're learning, and be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Acknowledge and celebrate every step you take towards recovery, no matter how small. This will help you to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Don't give up. There will be times when you feel like giving up. Remember why you started and keep pushing forward. You are stronger than you think. Part 2. Improving your pigeon racing. Now, let's turn our attention to your pigeon racing. Remember that improving takes time, research, and a willingness to learn. Try to approach this with a sense of curiosity and experimentation rather than pressure and expectation. 1. Breeding. Focus on quality, not quantity. Don't breed from every bird. Be ruthlessly selective. Pedigree analysis. Thoroughly research the pedigrees of your birds. Look for birds with proven racing records in their ancestry, especially in the distances you're racing. Focus on birds that have demonstrated consistent success, not just a single win. Outcrossing versus inbreeding. Understand the principles of outcrossing and inbreeding. Inbreeding can concentrate desirable traits, but it can also expose weaknesses. Outcrossing can introduce new strengths and improve vigor, but it can also dilute desirable traits. A balanced approach is often best. Avoid excessive inbreeding unless you have a very specific reason and understand the risks. Evaluate physical conformation. Learn to assess the physical characteristics of your pigeons. Look for birds with a strong, balanced build, good feather quality, well-ventilated nostrils, bright eyes, and healthy legs and feet. A good racer should have a streamlined body, strong wings, and a keel that is not too deep or too shallow. The feathers should be tight and close to the body. Handle your birds. Spend time handling your birds. Get to know their individual temperaments and physical characteristics. A healthy, well-conformed bird will generally feel good in the hand. Culling. Be prepared to cull birds that do not meet your standards. This is a difficult but necessary part of breeding. Don't keep birds that are consistently sick, weak, or unable to compete. Record keeping. Keep detailed records of your breeding program. Track the performance of your birds and their offspring. This will help you to identify which bloodlines are producing the best results. Mentorship. Seek advice from experienced breeders. Join a pigeon racing club and learn from other members. Attend seminars and workshops on pigeon breeding. Importing birds. Consider importing birds from successful bloodlines. This can be an expensive option, but it can also be a way to introduce new genetics into your loft. Do your research carefully before importing birds. 2. Loft management. Hygiene is key. A clean loft is essential for preventing disease. Clean your loft daily, removing droppings, feathers, and other debris. Disinfect your loft regularly with a suitable disinfectant. Ventilation. Good ventilation is crucial for maintaining a healthy environment. Ensure that your loft has adequate ventilation to remove moisture and ammonia. However, avoid drafts, which can make your birds sick. Space. Provide your pigeons with enough space. Overcrowding can lead to stress and disease. Sunlight. Ensure that your loft receives plenty of sunlight. Sunlight helps to kill bacteria and promotes vitamin D production. Perches. Provide each bird with its own perch. This will help to prevent overcrowding and fighting. Water. Provide your pigeons with fresh, clean water at all times. Change the water regularly to prevent the growth of bacteria. Grit. Provide your pigeons with grit. Grit helps them to digest their food. Nesting boxes. If you are breeding pigeons, provide them with clean, comfortable nesting boxes. Pest control. Implement a pest control program to prevent infestations of mites, lice, and other parasites. 3. Feeding. High-quality feed. Feed your pigeons a high-quality racing mix that is specifically formulated for racing pigeons. Don't skimp on the feed. Variety. Provide your pigeons with a variety of grains and seeds. Supplements. Consider using supplements to provide your pigeons with additional vitamins and minerals. Consult with a veterinarian or experienced pigeon racer about appropriate supplements. Feeding schedule. Establish a regular feeding schedule. Clean feeders. Keep your feeders clean to prevent the spread of disease. Observe your birds. Pay attention to your birds' feeding habits. If they are not eating properly, it could be a sign of illness. Adjust feed based on season/activity. During the breeding season or periods of heavy training, you may need to increase the amount of protein and fat in their diet. 4. Health management. Preventative care. Implement a preventative health program to protect your pigeons from disease. Vaccinations. Vaccinate your pigeons against common diseases, such as pigeon pox and paramyxovirus. Regular checkups. Take your pigeons to a veterinarian for regular checkups. Quarantine new birds. Quarantine any new birds before introducing them to your loft. This will help to prevent the spread of disease. Isolate sick birds. Isolate any sick birds immediately to prevent the spread of disease. Parasite control. Regularly treat your pigeons for internal and external parasites. Medication. Administer medication as directed by your veterinarian. Never self-medicate your birds without consulting a vet. Improper use of antibiotics can lead to antibiotic resistance. Post-mortem examinations. If a pigeon dies, consider having a post-mortem examination performed to determine the cause of death. This can help you to identify and address any health problems in your loft. 5. Training. Gradual progression. Start with short training flights and gradually increase the distance. Consistency. Train your pigeons consistently. Motivation. Motivate your pigeons to return home. This can be done by providing them with food and water upon their return. Weather conditions. Train your pigeons in a variety of weather conditions. Observation. Observe your pigeons during training flights. Pay attention to their speed, direction, and behavior. Route familiarization. Train your pigeons along the race route. Loft flying. Before road training, ensure your pigeons are loft flying well. Single tossing. Consider single tossing your pigeons to improve their homing ability. Don't overtrain. Give your pigeons adequate rest between training flights. 6. Racing. Proper preparation. Ensure that your pigeons are properly prepared for each race. This includes providing them with adequate rest, food, and water. Motivation. Motivate your pigeons to race. Timing systems. Use a reliable timing system to record your pigeons' arrival times. Race results. Analyze your race results to identify areas for improvement. Basket training. Familiarize your birds with the race baskets. Learn the route. Study the race route and understand the prevailing winds and weather patterns. 7. Seek knowledge and mentorship. Join a pigeon racing club. Join a local pigeon racing club. This is a great way to learn from experienced racers and get support. Attend seminars and workshops. Attend seminars and workshops on pigeon racing. Read books and articles. Read books and articles on pigeon racing. Online forums and communities. Participate in online forums and communities dedicated to pigeon racing. Find a mentor. Find an experienced pigeon racer who is willing to mentor you. 8. Record keeping and analysis. Detailed records. Keep detailed records of everything related to your pigeons, including breeding, health, training, and racing. Analyze data. Analyze your data to identify trends and areas for improvement. Use software. Consider using pigeon racing software to manage your records and analyze your data. 9. Experimentation and adaptation. Be willing to experiment. Be willing to experiment with different techniques and approaches. Adapt to your environment. Adapt your strategies to your local environment and racing conditions. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to change your methods if they are not working. 10. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Enjoy the journey. Pigeon racing is a challenging but rewarding hobby. Focus on the process of learning, improving, and bonding with your pigeons. Don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged by setbacks. Everyone experiences losses and disappointments. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. Celebrate small victories. Celebrate your small victories and accomplishments. This will help you to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Part 3. Addressing guilt and worthlessness specifically. Let's zoom in on the feelings of guilt and worthlessness, as these are particularly corrosive. Guilt. You mentioned feeling guilty. Ask yourself why you feel guilty. Is it because you feel you're not providing adequate care? If so, focus on the actionable steps above to improve care. Is it because you feel you're letting the pigeons down? Remind yourself that you are doing your best, and that you are learning. Perfection is not attainable, and the pigeons are likely getting a higher standard of care than many others. Worthlessness. This is a deeper feeling. Tie your self-worth to more than just your pigeon racing success. You are a person with value, regardless of how your pigeons perform. Remind yourself of your positive qualities, your skills, your relationships, and your contributions to the world. Actionable steps. Write down 5 things you like about yourself. They don't have to be grand achievements. They can be simple qualities like I'm a good listener or I'm a hard worker. Refer to this list when you feel worthless. Identify your values. What is truly important to you in life? This could be things like honesty, kindness, creativity, learning, connection, or purpose. Make sure your actions are aligned with your values. Do something kind for someone else. Helping others can be a powerful way to boost your own self-esteem and sense of worth. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend who is struggling. Challenge the idea that your worth is tied to your pigeons. Your worth is intrinsic, not dependent on external achievements. Take breaks from pigeon racing to focus on other activities you enjoy. This will help you to maintain a healthy perspective and prevent pigeon racing from becoming your sole source of self-worth. Important reminders. It's a process. Improvement takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself and your pigeons. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate every small step forward, both in your pigeon racing and in your mental health journey. Don't compare yourself to others. Focus on your own progress, not on what other racers are doing. Enjoy the journey. Remember why you started racing pigeons in the first place. Enjoy the process of learning, growing, and connecting with your birds. Seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. You are not alone. Many pigeon racers experience setbacks and challenges. Remember that you are not alone, and there are people who care about you and want to help. Prioritize your mental health. Take care of yourself. Your well-being is paramount. In conclusion, improving your pigeon racing and your mental health are intertwined. By addressing both aspects with a combination of professional help, self-care, dedication to learning, and realistic expectations, you can create a more fulfilling and enjoyable experience. Remember to be kind to yourself. Celebrate your progress.
Get my
and
main
never
racing
give up on
system,
your goals.
just email me direct. I'm an experienced ex-pigeon racer from England, and I can offer valuable insights and guidance on all aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to racing. During my racing days, I managed a small team of no more than 70 pigeons, including stock, young birds, and old birds. It was not uncommon for me to send as few as 6 birds to a race and still secure the top 3 positions out of up to 2,500 pigeons in my club and federation. My race distances typically ranged up to 300 miles, and I consistently achieved top 5 placements in my club. My expertise extends to the art of selecting excellent breeders, including evaluating pigeons based on their eye-sign characteristics. I firmly believe that true champions can only be bred from top quality stock, and I can guide you in identifying and acquiring such pigeons. I understand that many pigeons for sale are advertised based on their lineage or pedigree, but I emphasize the importance of assessing the bird itself rather than relying solely on paperwork. As part of my offer, I invite you to share photos of your pigeons, including their eye-sign and wing characteristics. I'll provide you with free advice on racing and breeding based on my extensive experience and knowledge. Additionally, I will share auction links to high-quality breeding birds that have the potential to produce winners in your loft. Here's what you can expect to receive from me. A comprehensive Word document containing valuable insights and strategies for successful pigeon racing, including specific racing methods for both old and young birds, as well as general advice. Private YouTube videos sent to your email, covering various aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to race preparation. Detailed recommendations on supplements and additives to add to your pigeon's drinking water, with scientific evidence supporting their effectiveness. Similar products are used by professional athletes and racehorses to enhance performance. Assurance that your pigeons will race home faster, provided that you have quality birds to begin with.